and welcome to the Property Show. My name is Nancy. Today we have lined up a great show for you. We shall be talking on one of the topics that everyone must hear, the process to plot ownership. We shall also visit Stima Investment Plots in Juja. There's something for everyone. On the show today, we'll be speaking on plot ownership, and we'll be engaging Nelson from Stima Cooperative, who he will be taking us through these beautiful plots and what we can get from here. Thank you for having us.
Thank you too.
Congratulations on this land. You've done so well.
Welcome. It's
Asante.
One of our best pieces that we have.
Asante, what opportunities are available on this land?
For this one, we are selling 50 by 100 plots. That's an eighth for both our members and non-members. The only catch is that for our members, you enjoy a discount which is not available to the members of the public.
So how can I become a member? I want to become a member.
Okay, for you to become a member, you buy shares into the cooperative. That's 300 shares for a price of 200 shares per each share. That is 60,000. Then, of course, you have to, then you register with 5,000 to make it 65,000.
Wow, that's all?
That's all.
I don't need to work with Kenya Power to become a member?
No. Initially, we used to take members from energy sector only, but now we have opened doors to all the members so that they can come in and we share this big cake of investment.
So, this plot, how soon are we going to see the infrastructure? What are you going to offer on this plot?
The plots are service plots. We'll sell 50 by 100. We'll do all the road network, and we'll also, for security purposes, we'll do a fence around the entire property, just to ensure that...
so we'll have one entrance?
Yes.
Wow.
So that we have the gated community sort of arrangement.
Fantastic. Have you now got a master plan for the entire plot?
Yes, we do. We have an entire plan of how the subdivision is for the plots, and we have gotten all the approvals, necessary approvals with the ministry and the government, just to ensure that whatever we are selling is actually recognized even with the government.
So is it only for houses, or do we have a section for a shop and a section for a petrol station? Because 100 acres, it's a mini city, to be honest with you.
Yes, sure. What we have done is that we have tried to incorporate to ensure that it's a standard living, where we'll have a commercial center at the middle of the area. We have several open spaces and institutions. We have provision for a nursery, and this way is to ensure that anybody who lives here, you can live here, shop here, and not necessarily go out of the estate.
Live, work and play.
Yes, 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 that's the concept.
Yes, live, work and play. We've seen a lot of societies like your society not being able to achieve what you have achieved. Just the other day, we went to Stima Village, which we are going back to show the people the swimming pool.
Yes.
And now we are here with a beautiful piece of land. What makes you tick?
Well, the secret is consistency, and in terms of the delivery of the services that we have promised our members. It's one thing to tell people that you're going to subdivide the land, and 2 or 3 months down the line, you don't adhere to the goals. I would first of all acknowledge that the board has been very supportive in terms of ensuring that the overall delivery of the plots or the promises that we have given is done, and the support staff and everybody else. But the key thing is that we are driven by a vision to deliver or to accommodate our members. That is, other than just giving that plot, we want to ensure that where we leave you, we make sure that at the end of the day, you can put up your house, you can put up your development and start earning immediately. Remember, this is Stima Investment. It's an investment for you, both our members and those who are potential members.
Wow, and the public at large.
And the public at large. The beauty about this land is that you have a frontage to an access road of about 1 kilometer, and the farthest you get inside is about 400 meters. So really, anybody who is next to the road and the last person, you really have only a difference of about 400 meters.
And it's also very near the Thika Road on this side?
Yes. There are 2 accesses to this road. There is from Juja, you tee off at the Juja, next to opposite Jomo Kenyatta University. You get in 7.5 kilometers, but also there is an upcoming road, which is this one here. It's only 4 kilometers to Thika Road.
What about other things like water, electricity? What are you, sewer? What are you doing about it?
What we have is that we have reserved several plots for the sewer, the sewer treatment, where the correction will be done. So that after the reticulation, there is a place where now there will be a sewer correction point or the treatment plant. For electricity, there is a big power line here, and there is also the low voltage line. I think you can see it at the end there, which is teeing off. So in terms of access to facilities, the property is actually highly accessible in terms of all the facilities. And there is a place we identified for a borehole, which ourselves will take it up, and then we can reticulate the water around the property.
Wow. What kind of homes do you anticipate will be built here?
We are looking at 2 places. One thing, this land, there's a portion at the end of the land where we want to build in the near future. We have reserved about 20 acres, which we will construct some houses for our own sale, like Stima Village, the one that you showcased the other time.
Wow.
It will be at the back.
There?
Yes, there at the back. Now on this other side, we are looking at having residential homes, maisonette, bungalows, and we will only guide our members. We'll give them 3 plans against which now whoever wants to come in can come in and pick one of them.
Nelson, for a buyer who is wishing to buy one of the plots, who is providing end-user mortgage finance?
For all the buyers, both members and non-members. We start with the members who we have an arrangement with Stima Sacco. It's offering a loan to our members at very attractive rates, and they finance 80% on surrender of the title, and then we use that, we hold the title until the person is able to pay. However, the members of the public, we are open, and we can take any financing from any organization.
Stima Investment Juja plots are located in Juja along Juja Farm Road. This site is 7.5 kilometers from Juja town, and it is only a 20-minute drive from the CBD. There are various educational facilities in the area, including the Cornerbrook School, Kalimoni Senior School, St. Dominic Training Institute, Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, and many more. For amenities such as banks and supermarkets, one can find them in Juja town, which is a few minutes away from the site. Lastly, Kalimoni Mission Hospital is in close proximity to Stima Investment Juja plots. The plots are a great investment opportunity where 1/8 of an acre is selling at 635,000 Kenya shillings for members and 753,000 Kenya shillings for non-members. Prices are inclusive of infrastructure including road network, masonry wall, water including a borehole, electricity, water treatment plant, and title deeds. Stima Investment has also earmarked 20 acres for the development of a residential estate. Don't miss out on this ideal investment opportunity.
The process is very simple. What we normally do is that the minute you put up a deposit, by the time you are completing that payment, there are several documents that you need to sign. One, you need to give us 3 copies of your passport to facilitate the transfer of land from ourselves.
Passport photos.
Passport photos. To facilitate the transfer, you need to give us a copy of your PIN and a copy of your ID.
Do you do with passports as well?
Yes.
Okay.
The key thing is that the minute you give us those, you need also to come to the office to sign a consent to transfer, form and a transfer form. Those are the primary documents to facilitate us to transfer the land from Stima to you, the end user. And for the price that we mentioned, the end result is that I give you a title for your ownership of that plot.
How soon should I expect my title?
In the next 3 months, you should have your title ready.
You're sure?
That one I'm sure.
Your promise is the titles will be ready?
The thing is that we always endeavor to give the title within the shortest time possible. But yes, we always acknowledge that there could be hitches in terms of here and there for the delivery of the titles. But 3 months, I can be sure that is a very clear.
That's the normal property transaction time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Don't go away. We'll be right back. On our expert segment, we shall be speaking to Simon, an associate at MMC Africa. He'll be taking us through the legal steps you must take when buying a plot. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Nancy.
I want to have an overview. Today, Simon, we find that a lot of people buying plots don't know what they need to know. And so you go in, you just sign a document, you wait, and you haven't really got the steps. Could you take us through the steps? If I want to buy a plot, where should I begin with a lawyer?
Essentially, if you want to buy a plot, there are a number of steps that you have to go through. The first one is the due diligence. Just like buying any business, you have to do your homework. And by doing your homework, you must do your homework in respect of the ownership of the plot. You must do your homework in respect of the physical location of the plot. You must also do your homework in respect of the person who is selling this plot to you. In respect of the ownership of the plot, you must do a search at the lands registry to confirm that the owner who is selling the plot to you is in fact the one who is registered as such. Another thing that you also need to do in respect of the ownership is go ahead and check whether this land is in the Ndongo report, whether it has been adversely mentioned in the Ndongo report. This is where lawyers come in handy because they will assist you in all this. Another thing that you need to confirm is the person to whom is selling you this property. If it is a company incorporated at the company's registry, you do a search on that company to confirm whether it is indeed registered. If it is a cooperative society, you do a search at the registrar of societies to find out whether this cooperative society is really an existing entity or not. Another thing that you need to do, and in this one you engage a surveyor, is that you must do a search about your homework in respect of the physical location of the plot. What do I mean with this? You need to confirm where this plot is. You need to confirm the acreage, the size of this plot, and you need to confirm everything, the boundaries and the beacons. And this is where the surveyor comes in handy. You might buy, say, let's say plot number 6, and an agent of the seller will tell you that is plot number 6, and when you complete with the documents and you've built your home, you only come to realize that actually what you bought according to the survey records office was plot number 28, and you've lost. So it is very, very important to engage a surveyor to do a survey report, and you should only be able to proceed once you have a positive search result from your advocate, you have a positive answer in respect of the Ndongo report, and you have a positive survey report from your surveyor.
At what point do I engage you as a lawyer?
You engage me from the word go. You engage me in respect of doing the searches at the lands registry, the company's registry, or the registry of societies when necessary, and also doing the search in the Ndongo report. I get into the picture from the word go.
In the transaction process, what documents should I expect from the seller of the plot?
The documents that you must have, first you must have a copy of the title from the seller. And also the seller or the seller's advocates are going to provide you with a copy of the letter of offer, and they are also going to provide you with an agreement for sale. These are some of the key documents in a sale transaction. Your advocate is going to go through the documents, the letter of offer and the agreement for sale, and they are going to exchange with the vendors, the seller's advocates, and when they come into an agreement as to the contents of the document, you are going to sign the letter of offer first, and then secondly sign the agreement for sale. Another key document is the transfer document, which is called the transfer instrument. This is the instrument that transfers the interest from the seller to yourself.
At what point will you advise me on my exit in the event that I'm not able to complete the transaction and I need to pay, or if I need to get into a mortgage, at what point do you engage me to tell me these are the other costs that you shall incur in this transaction?
This comes in as I'll take the first one, the exit, and then I'll come to the costs. As far as exit is concerned, this should come in the letter of offer, and more substantively in the agreement for sale. The letter of offer can just mention as to how, in the event that any of the two parties is unable to complete their end of the transaction, how the parties will exit the arrangement. And this is going to be more specifically provided for in the agreement for sale. What is an agreement for sale? An agreement for sale is a document between the seller and the purchaser. And essentially, the agreement for sale is stipulating the rights and the obligations of each party, the seller and the purchaser. One of the key obligations of the purchaser in a sale transaction is to pay the purchase price and the modalities of how this purchase price is going to be paid. Are you going to pay 10% deposit and then the remaining 90% after 60 days, 30 days, 90 days? Is it a cash transaction? Are you going to pay by cash? Or are you going to go to a bank and you'll be financed by housing finance or whichever other institution that there is? This is going to come into the agreement for sale. In respect of the vendor or the seller, one of the key obligations of the seller in an agreement for sale is to provide what is called the completion documents. And for the completion documents, the seller must provide the original title upon the payment of the purchase price. They must provide the transfer instrument, and they also provide the clearances and consents to enable you as a purchaser to now take all those documents, go to the lands registry and effect registration, and you have a title in your name.
One of the issues our viewers from the diaspora have raised is that they're finding it very difficult to purchase land in Kenya. What are the issues and who can help them?
For the person who is in diaspora, it is not very, very difficult for them to purchase land.
But it is not very, very easy.
Yes, I agree. It is not because of the logistics and what have you. What can happen is that the person who is in diaspora can have someone who is following up everything.
But the people who follow up your relatives down here, the ones who finish you, that's what they are telling us.
So what they can do, they get a good lawyer, and the good lawyer is going to do the due diligence and the background search on behalf of this person who is in diaspora. When the documents are drafted, they are going to be sent to the person who is in diaspora, and that person will sign the documents, say in Canada or in the US, and they are going to sign the documents before, say, a notary public. And once the documents are signed, they come back to the lawyer in Kenya, and they are signed by the other party, and you proceed with the registration process just as normal. As far as the funds transfer is concerned, you just transfer the funds electronically. So it's not much of a challenge. The only point that you encounter a challenge is if that person does not have a Kenyan PIN certificate. If that person does not have a Kenyan PIN certificate...
He left here 30 years ago.
Yes. That is not the challenge. If you don't have, as a person in diaspora, a Kenyan PIN certificate or a PIN number at that, what you need to do is that you have to start the process of procuring a PIN certificate at KRA. Nancy, what I'm telling Kenyans today is simply this. When you're starting off the process of purchasing land, ensure that you have a lawyer. For what reason? This lawyer is going to protect your interests, and they are going to ensure that your best interests are put into place in the entire transaction, and there's some sort of a guarantee that eventually you're going to get a good title. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
At the end of the show, we will share with you the legal guidelines on plot ownership.
We have different kind of rug, like this one is Turkish, this one is Chinese. You'd not know. When you look at them, you'll not know. But when you have a feel of it,
this is
thicker and
heavier,
yes,
thicker.
when you touch. But when you look at it from far, you'll not tell the difference. So that's why most clients will say, oh, this one, I've seen it somewhere in this much. Then I decided to stock this so that they'll know the difference. I tell them, okay, touch both of them. Yes. Tell me the difference. Yes. Can you tell the difference?
Yes.
They're very different.
Yes.
Yes.
I like this.
The bathroom set.
Beautiful. And you have them in all colors.
All colors, from red to brown to green to yellow.
Whatever your color.
the color scheme.
It's available here.
Yes.
Wonderful.
This is our dinner set. We have different colors, variety. This is our glasses. These are crystal. Yes, this crystal. And I'd say this is crystal. This is the true crystal.
This is the genuine crystal.
We have the Chinese crystal, which I'd want to show you, which is similar and very cheap, so that a client comes, oh,
but
why
it's
is
not
this?
heavy. It's
Yes,
not heavy.
when you touch it,
Yes, you can
you'd say,
tell, yeah.
and when you have them together, that's
Yes.
when you'll tell me this
Yes.
is not the same. But if you didn't have this, and you see this, you'd think this. So this is what other stores stock, but this is the genuine crystal.
This is the real thing.
Yes.
Let's look at other plots available within Stima Investment.
Stima Investment has a plots portfolio spread across the country. Stima Investment has selected plots within strategic locations around the country at very attractive and below the market prices. The plots currently on sale include Vipingo in Mombasa, a quarter-acre fully serviced plot with a Maram access road, masonry wall, water reticulation and title deed. The land is situated opposite the upcoming Utali University and is approximately 500 meters from the Indian Ocean. The sale price is 2.5 million Kenya shillings for members and 3 million Kenya shillings for non-members. Kakamega near Jamidas Resort, an eighth of an acre retailing at 450,000 Kenya shillings for members and 500,000 Kenya shillings for non-members. Price is inclusive of road network and title deed. Kathwana in Meru. The land is within Kathwana town, which is the headquarters for Tharaka Nithi County. A quarter of an acre is retailing at 400,000 Kenya shillings for members and 471,000 Kenya shillings for non-members. Price is inclusive of road network, title deed and barbed wire fence. Kikambala. 40 by 80 commercial plots are available in Kikambala. The sale price is 1.5 million Kenya shillings for members and 1.8 million Kenya shillings for non-members. To find all these properties and more, visit us at International House, ground floor, Mama Ngina Street, Nairobi.
Here are the legal highlights on plot ownership.
As an investor who wants to purchase a parcel of land, it is important to understand the legal processes involved during land transactions. Once the parcel of land has been identified, you must engage your own lawyer, carry out due diligence to verify the seller, land ownership, land tenure, its size and boundaries, verify all documents, ensure that your lawyer familiarizes you with the terms and conditions of the agreement, which include terms of payment at the agreed price until payment has been made in full. The seller will transfer the title deed once full payment has been made, services to be provided at what level and dates, legal description of the land, penalties clauses should be highlighted, exit clauses in the event the sale is not completed should be noted. Lastly, sign the letter of offer or sale agreement in the presence of your lawyer. Remember, a land agreement must always be in writing. If you'd like to be a part of the property show, as an expert to talk about your services, or the property of the week to feature your development, or even your interior accessories, contact us on the numbers on the screen. Remember to catch our repeat shows every Thursday at 12:30 p.m.
Thank you for watching the property show. I hope you have gained some insight on the legal process of plot ownership. We have also shared with you the investment opportunities available at Stima Investment. On the Property Gallery, we have showcased other plots available in the market. We welcome your ideas on topics that you would like featured on our expert segment in our future shows. You can also share your views on our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. Thank you for watching and kwaheri.